Welcome, Patreon supporters, to the weekend review covering all of the action from December 13th all the way through the 19th. This was a better week than the prior week. One, because we're actually getting this video done. It's actually taken me 2 attempts now to finish this one because of technical issues, but I think we've got it down. The prior week was nuts. There was too much content, and I kind of got overwhelmed in it and didn't get a video out. So sorry. It'll be the last time that happens. We had some great fights. Nargothrond makes an appearance as a BG leader here. I think there's Discord throughout most of the week, so there's quite a bit of chatter in the background. And there's some really fun fights with mids. So stick around, enjoy, and again, thank you for supporting the channel. Okay, so first real fight of the week on the 13th. We are on the west side of EV. Just killed a few mids that tried to push into us as we were taking EVCK. And here's the big Zerg fight. By the way, there's a new camera setup. You can see me up here, and you can see old Ramek down below. So you'll get kind of an idea. You won't be missing out on any of the facial expressions or any of my reactions during the video.
Ooh, there they are. Oh, they got a lot.
So the first thing is that we're not. Look at where I am. Now, we don't have a ton of tanks, right? But I'm way further out than I should be. And we should really look at this. We should be pulling at this point. There's a group that's already flanking over here to their right or left. There's some more mids coming in that look like they might be coming this way. At this point, we need to pull and try and get them to extend into us, but it doesn't quite work that way.
Don't break it.
And here you can see the mids are already starting to come around this side. The tanks are in the middle. All I'm trying to do is disease at this point.
Mezzed out. Mezzed out.
And
Stunned
all of these guys are free casting here. In fact, most of the folks in the front line are free casting. We should have warps down, and we should be pulling at this point, and we were not. By the way, there's no Discord chatter in this fight. So one of the few fights, or maybe the only day that there wasn't any Discord chatter. There's Nargo. I rank 5'd.
Get warps, guys. We need another warp, please. Another warp.
And we're just dying. I mean, look at all the dead Hibs. I mean, there's just so much death and destruction here. It's a good sauce.
Heals need the heals. Turn, heal me. Heal me. No. Why you do this to me? There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. No, Frosh. Frosh.
Don't turn, Frosh.
Go, Frosh. Cloak, cloak, cloak. No.
At this point,
Ah,
I exhausted my rank 5. I should have rank 5'd at this point, but I blew it too early.
Oh, yeah, they are.
And there I go.
We got it. We're good. We're gonna be all right.
Just after that fight, we got a nice little fight that's brewing at KM. Mids are already
Inner's
on
at
the
13.
the
Fuck.
inner. And the reason I'm PVAing at this point is to just set up a deterrence, just a visual deterrence, to say, hey, we're prepped. Maybe you shouldn't push in all at the same time. This was a terrible idea. I was like, yeah, I'll mock bomb on this. That'll work. Nope. But you can see the hips are well spread out at this point. There's quite a few on that pad.
I come back.
And not a ton of mids pushing. A lot of mids are down below still or holding here. And there's more and more coming at this point.
It's okay. I'm going to port back.
But the Hibs are holding it. And a good indication of this is my group information on the bottom right-hand corner. Things are looking pretty good. So a bad sign, right, is when the mids are down below. So over here, there's a lot of mids. If you just saw in the frame before. In fact, if we can scoot back a little bit. Yeah, I mean, all of these mids down here, this is a bad sign. It doesn't look like much, but all of these folks should be up here, because then you're able to get single target heals off, right? The tank should be interrupting this front line of casters that's hitting the mids. When you have folks down here that are trying to heal, they're not single target healing. They're group healing or spread healing. I mean, it doesn't work all that well. And you're starting to see some people run. So anyway, we'll flip forward and we'll go back to where we were. When in doubt, hide around the corner. I mean, the Hibs were just on point this night. They were just absolutely on point. Look at all of these mids still down here that are now completely interrupted because the Hibs have nothing better to do. And now they're all funneled. And anybody that wants to come out is going to end up getting hit by PBA in some way, shape, or form. Of course, I'm going after Legan. Break line of sight, come back in. Make people lose target on you. Or lose the ability to hit you, and hopefully they switch targets. And that's pretty much it at this point. A few dead out front. It's a good fight.
Yeah,
good push on the mids part.
Made it out the front door. I don't.
But Hibs had it better.
Good. Good.
All right, next one. I think it was probably the last decent fight of the night on the 13th, but we are holding a tower. Mids are outside again. You can't hear Discord chatter, so you're not catching that they're calling doors are open and that they're inked, but you can see people are casting. That's a pretty good indication that there's some activity down below. I don't really know what I'm doing up here at this point. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Oh. I'm casting a focus wind. Okay, so I'm trying to hold the spell in, or trying to hold the storm in the right spot. At this point, it's stun nuke. I mean, that's the game. There's STs here. I should have done more to drop this. That was really bad on my part. I should have caught it. And here I am, like, as a very late move, trying to move this thing out of the way. There's just absolutely no...
Fuck.
Yeah. This is bad.
Hey, big heals, big heals, big heals.
Now, at least I'm able to cast for now, and I'm hitting a ton of folks. We're getting kills, for sure.
How did I get Zephyred, of all people?
I get Zephyred. Rank 5 back up. At this point, I'm getting... Yeah. Just completely wrecked.
Wow.
Totally wrecked. I do get an egg, which is good.
I don't have any power.
At this point, I think the fight is over. Look at the spam. Tons of mids on the backside of the tower.
It's a question I ask myself every day.
Without context, I have no idea what that was, but I ask myself a lot of questions every day. Just for the record. Yeah, and we're all wiping here. Well, mids had it there. We were not well defended, or not set up very well. I missed the opportunity to push the ST out, which would have absolutely made a huge difference on the ground floor. Let bygones be bygones, right? All right, so just to preface this particular moment, I am somewhat leading, although Fugel was calling the fights. He's a member of Eastern Wind. He just was looking for group while Eastern Wind was forming. Ran with us. He's doing some decent group fight calling here. The issue is that the Hibs are either not used to his voice. He's making really good calls. Not used to his voice, or they're not in voice, or they're super spread out. And this is what happens when you have a BG that doesn't listen to calls, or isn't paying super close attention to what's actually happening. Game face here, folks. We got
emerges from the fog.
Here's the Zerg. Turn. Pull him over this hill. Pull him west over this hill. West over the hill. Look at what happens. You've people that are just like deer in the headlights that are stuck. And I got a Veil Walker that's going the. I guess they're pulling, just maybe not in the direction of the BG. West over the hill. Get another warp down just on the other side of this hill. This is where we fight. Right here. Turn. Use the slope. And look at how few Hibs there are here. There's only like 2 groups with us. And that's a big mid-Zerg. Use the slope as a line of sight break. I think I'm at this point unaware that I don't have... Guys, turn and fight. So, there it is, right here. One group that's just hightailing it off to the docks. Look at this is a disaster. This is like a raging dumpster fire right here. Why these Hibs are so far back, right? I said turn. We fight here. I don't know if there was a Hib that dropped a warp, maybe, but you're not in the fight if you're in the back here. Hibs did a very poor job following direction. Turn and fight here. Turn and fight here. Here. I mean, you still have Hibs running around like chickens with their head cut off. I mean, just wait for it. You don't. Everybody flops and folds. Turn and fight here. There's no support at all. Let's get some targets.
Target in us.
Here we go.
I'm the only one.
Missed.
We're in the field.
Kobe on the left side.
Kobe left side. Kobe's down.
Target now.
Dragon of
Just
Troll.
keep. You just gotta.
So this is what you do in these fights. You turn, you pull, let some of them extend. You can clearly tell that there are some that are overextended. Maybe not out of heal range for those folks, right? But there's an opportunity to kill these guys, maybe. There's some over here, I think. And maybe mids don't have as many as I initially thought. There's still like 4 groups here. 4 groups of mids. 3 groups of Hibs. 4 groups of Hibs. Maybe the numbers are a little bit more even, but I mean, this is just like you gotta pull and turn. Pull and turn. Pull and turn. The push-pull fights, there's not a whole lot of pushing on our part, a lot of pulling. But those are the best fights in the game. And if you master that, well, kiting, right? If you master the ability to kite, you can take on just about any sized BG or group or whatever that comes your way. This is even more true on a solo or a duo when you're dragging out a small man or an 8-man.
Alright, next target.
Soloers can't take 8-mans, usually.
Valk.
Sometimes they can.
Valk left side,
Very
guys.
few.
Left side, Valk.
So we're calling targets. There's
And then the Valk in us now.
people that are way overextended. Like, we're doing okay at this point, right? But there's so many Hibs in the back of this fight still.
Valk.
Valk. Valk left side, guys. Left side, Valk.
And then the Valk in us now.
So I just missed it here. I'm just trying to get an idea of where the Hibs
Guinness
are. So you still have Hibs that are way back, way too far back. I don't care if you're a healer, your primary healer. Like, this is where Inqui is. Inqui's doing a good job. That's a pretty good for where the group is. These guys, and you got one caster that's already pulling when he's not even in danger at this point. I mean, he might be getting smacked around a little bit. But at this point, you just have to mock and assist. Yeah, he's not in danger at all. You do have some Hibs, or some mids rather, that are coming in. It looks like trying to come around and hit from the side. That might be Hawaiian.
Alright, we're gonna kill
Kind of looks like Hawaiian from this distance. Yeah, it's Hawaiian. I think that's Hawaiian.
Troll.
Keep kiting, guys. Keep kiting. Keep kiting. Good CC. Nice CC. Don't break it. Don't break it.
Broke it.
Watch
The dots immediately come flying out.
Kobe's my target.
Keep pulling. Mids pushed. Hibs, I don't actually think the mids did anything great in particular in that, other than just like pushing really hard. It was the Hibs that totally flopped. Gotta stay with the BG, A. B is that you've got to be able to turn when the BG leader turns and to hit. And you also have to cover the pole. Okay. All right, next fight. Mids are on the Hib BG at AT. And here they come. Okay, start pulling, start pulling, start pulling. Get your diseases up, guys. Get your diseases up. So at least first thing is that there's an ST there. Friendly ST that works to our advantage, but...
Hi, sunshine.
Little concerned that it was dropped a little too early. Also, just a small
Don't drop.
point. Okay, we got one friendly ST. Hold your STs. This is just a suggestion that nobody will ever take. But those totems, those Bone Dancer totems, you need to be able to damage them. Or up the reuse timer on them. I mean, they're super effective tools for the mids, and I don't want to... I'm not suggesting you to take away from them at all. But if you can't stop it from interrupting you, and it interrupts you for at least 2 ticks, if not 3... if there's like 3 or 4 Bone Dancers, they can hold down an entire floor without us really being able to do anything but blow Mach. So between STs and Mach, whatever other kinds of interrupts they've got, it just enables them to just hold a first floor, or to really in any fight, and to just let those totems tick. It drives me absolutely nuts. And I, just like the other Fire and Forget abilities that some of the other mids have, like the ones where it sends the Fire and Forget mobs out, and they sort of spread in directions and chase people. You can kill those. I think you should be able to kill totems. I digress.
Bottom, get up in the lower turn, bro.
So we're gonna flip through this fight a little bit. After this first, this initial push, we're gonna talk about that, and then we'll start talking about the Lord Room, or sorry, the roof, and what happens on the roof. So at this point, ST's been exhausted, I think. We've now got an ST on there's now an ST on the PBA ears. I'm the only one, at least here, that is a Stormlord, it would appear, and I'm getting interrupted and can't push the Storm. Can't push the ST, rather. And most of the mids haven't even pushed yet. If all the mids pushed at this point, the fight would have been over. But a lot of mids stayed back. Also, just a point, there's these... there are all these mids here, and while that's not a bad spot, you probably just push in at this point, especially the locks. Okay, go roof, go roof, go roof. Try and pull to the roof if you can. Can't even see my mouse. So we're up on the roof now, and I want to talk a little bit about PBA placement on the roof. So there's an arc that you can draw pretty much right about here, where anybody standing inside of this area is pretty much safe from line of sight issues. Really anywhere. You got some issues over here and here with people climbing up the ladder, right? And then you've also got issues here. This is a big issue right here, because people that are down on the Lord Room floor, or in the Lord Room looking up, can catch these people here. So this is not a good place for PBA ears to sit. It might not have affected a whole lot in this fight, at least as of right now, but giving up line of sight... Well, I mean, and the other thing is you're standing at the top of stairs. This guy's doing more damage than we are, for sure. But by being up there, you're subject to just about anything a tank wants to throw at you. Whether it's slam you, or a Savage could quad hit. It's not going to end well. There we go. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Now I will say that I see Sakame here. Not a bad place to be if you're going to slam folks that are coming up. You got enough hit points to handle any damage. Still maybe an AoE target, but I think to a lesser extent. This is a good place for a hero to stand. BMs, on the other hand, really don't have a place right there. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Also, So I'm going to talk about line of sight a little bit. There's two instances of line of sight in this fight that really drive me nuts. This guy here is doing absolutely nothing but opening up this entire area as being an anchor for any kind of AoE spell at all, right? You as a soul caster are not going to do anything productive, really, on the balcony or on the first floor. I don't see the benefit of it. Get an assist train, get 2 or 3 together, and then pull this, and make sure you're like ducking in and out, in and out, in and out of line of sight. But don't just stand here alone. So that's the first instance of
Guys,
LOS
get out
that
of
I've
line
got
of sight
got
from
an
up
issue
top,
with.
please. Get out of line of sight. You're getting
The second one
interrupted.
becomes pretty apparent here shortly.
Let's just let the timers come up, okay?
So I actually don't know if you saw that. Did you see that totem? Where is that? Right? This is the arc that I drew before. I'm kind of here. Maybe it's a little close to the arc for my liking. Just don't do this. It also could have been somebody that was here that moved. It might have been this BM, and it might have just been enough lag, but I mean, come on.
Let's just let the timers come up, okay? I got a minute on mock. Let's just give it a...
So, what did we just see in that frame? Just went
Let's
back
just
a
let
second.
the timers come up, okay? I got a minute on mock.
Right there. That's Zukru, right in this corner. So they now made an appearance. So people who are, and I want you to watch this front line, right? This the front of the roof of this tower. I want you to really pay attention to it here.
Let's just give it a sec. Let's just get settled. If we need to egg, call an egg if you need it. Let the owl...
Okay, you got a Bard, and I think an Eld, and a Bane. The Bane kind of blends in, but still, Bane's an issue. These guys here, and even the Bane, you're not, again, not doing anything productive being up here. Zeus crew has bolt range mez, right? They've got dots. They've got, presumably they have some necros running with them. You do not want to be doing this. Also, I'm mez now, right? You can see right here, I'm mez, can't cast while I'm mesmerized because somebody gave up their back.
Sit outside, let them do their thing. It's IRCs out front. Get out of line of sight, guys. For those who are on the roof.
And I don't care if this Bard is mezzed and sitting there, or these guys are mezzed, right? It's just not, it's not
Looking
good at
out.
all. Now they've got siege up. Now, here's the issue with this. In 1.127, the most recent like big patch that was released, right? They changed the way siege works against tower fights, at least tower roofs, where if you fire in catapults or trebs, they don't interrupt people on the roof. However, there's been a bug in that implementation, and siege does still interrupt people. So I'm not suggesting that IRC is, although I might have in the stream, not suggesting that like Zeus crew is taking advantage. There's a necro. That Zeus crew is taking advantage of this, this bug, but if there's no targets for them, if these guys are not up front, there's nothing for them to hit. And if they're not going to hit us, they're going to hit the balcony. And if they can't get the balcony, which is where the mids are, they're going to push in, and that's exactly what we want.
Up front, back up, back up. IRC is going to mez everybody here. Back up. Do not give them line of sight. Just hold. Be patient. Don't look. There's no reason. Just wait. Let IRC work them. Okay, let's see what the mids do with IRC here. They're still toying
Teaser,
with them.
spoiler, nothing.
Just took the tower, so.
Yeah, that's fine. Not going to affect us at this point.
Now the siege starts flying.
Okay, IRC has...
I've got
yeah, they're not helping. They have siege up. Okay,
25
we're going to go ahead
seconds
and
left
push
on lock.
down. Hold on. Wait, though. Wait. In a couple seconds here, we're going to go ahead and push down to the first...
And this wait situation is a huge mistake. I should not have said wait. I should have immediately told them to jump off the back. We've done this a million times before. It's worked almost every time. 60% of the time, every time. In this case, it
Or
doesn't.
to the Lord Room. Once Mock comes up. Just keep holding this. Just keep holding the roof. Keep holding the roof. Out.
It's just a good thing that siege doesn't interrupt like we thought it would.
Finally, Mock came up, but I've got Deadhead. I'm mocking at the front.
And it's not going to do anything against all of this siege.
Yeah, they're getting
All of
hit by the siege
sieges.
just like we are. They're getting hit by the siege. Jump to the backside of the tower if you're still alive in Egg.
Okay, next fight, we're at Benno. As you can see, and I think we've just either boated or run here. As you can see, mids are inside, and they're working on it. We just got in. I'm setting up storms, and the fight begins. They just cut port. Hopefully you're here. Yeah, recall set. Drop your traps. Casters, I want you up top, please. That or oil. Spread the wealth here if we can. I'm left side. My group, roof left side.
Charge if you want to hit out there.
Nice job. Okay, next target.
Isaac.
North's my target. Frosty. Okay. Backing up a little bit. We got a BD over here to the south. This is Valk.
Got
Nice. Okay, backing up.
And keep in mind, this is before the Obelisk patch went in, so none of those damage reduction buffs are up.
Fake out, you missed.
Okay, some of them look south. They're coming along the ramparts here to the south.
Deuce.
Frosty, my target.
Yeah, kill them, bitch.
I'm diseasing. Pick your own targets. I'm just diseasing. I like Isaac here. Come on, Isaac. Okay. Dwarf might... Oh, we purged it. Okay, everybody looking down at the ram driver. Over the center.
Seizing of focus on DP. Yes. I'm spamming.
Get out of
disease.
line of sight, guys. Get out of line of sight on the roof. Everybody on Legan. Everybody on Legan underneath. Spam and disease. Crap.
Kill that troll that's over here, somebody.
Spam and disease on Legan. Die Frang on the ram, my target. He's off the ram now. Still work on him. Still a good target. Nope. Okay. He's coming back on the ram now. Everybody on Legan.
Albs are inside.
Good. Fantastic. Don't give them line of sight. Do not let them fuck with us like they have in the past.
Albs are west wall up top on the rampart.
Okay. Are they hitting mids?
Looks like they're swinging around to the north.
Okay. Let them do their
Sorry,
thing.
sorry, south.
Unless they start hitting outs, let them do their thing. They might be hitting mids.
Legans must die. Help me.
IRC, I think. I don't think it's
Yeah, it's Ayers.
And they're hitting
Legans
the
down
mid.
to 49. Ugh. Drop the ramp. Bothered by IRC. Fake Ozzy getting.
Okay, got any big heals on Thear? Big heals on Thear.
IRC's getting pushed back.
Got a Kobe on the southwest corner. Start jumping out. Start jumping out.
So the thing that I'm not noticing at this point is that there are mids here. I mean, I see them coming through here, and I see the warp, right? And I think that's Legan. But I'm not fully aware yet that there are mids in this southwest tower.
Tessence group, second floor, please. I want you to wrap around to the second floor. Hit them from up top. Do not get sandwiched in between here and IRC, okay? Whatever you
IRC
do.
is on the southeast corner.
Okay, they're starting to move towards the north. I got a bunch moving north here.
IRC's pushing southwest.
Okay, I want to clear this. I want to clear this west tower. Everybody to the west tower, please.
So again, at this point, I am thinking this is where all the mids are, right? Even though I clearly should have seen it differently.
Everybody start pushing up the west tower.
And I'm thinking, well, there's nothing else going on. I could just get all of the hibs to come, or all the hibs to come along on this west tower, and to just push up and fight with me. At this point, you're not hearing anything in Discord, and there's nothing in BG chat. I'll tell you that right now. That's suggesting that there's something else going on. I should have been more attentive. I wasn't.
IRC's looking at you. From the south side.
I'm mock bombing west
Okay, so there's the mids.
tower, second floor.
That's my static in the second.
I'm out of power coming back up. Going for another round here.
Grim and Hemorrhoid, where you at?
Okay, I'm west tower, almost out of this. Keep the heals up, almost out, almost out. Falling damage, and I'm clear. Good job. Guys, we're focused west tower. All the hibs need to be west tower right now. They're all the mids are west tower. Everybody here, west tower, second floor, please. Get ready to push.
Oh, there's nobody here.
You mean the southwest
Well, I
tower?
want to go meet you guys.
West
I got
west
southwest
tower,
tower.
west tower, second floor. All right, if you're engaged on, that's fine. If you guys are engaged on the southwest tower, that works. If you're not, come over here to the west one. Okay, they're jumping out of the west tower.
IRC's leaving. They gone.
Eddie, where are you going then?
I'm not going anywhere. I'm still near the keep. I'm on Isaac outside towards the back tower. I'm still in heal range. Should be. Okay. Go ahead and clean things up inside. Clean things up inside. We're going to go back into the CK.
It was a good fight. I don't really have a lot of commentary on it. You know, I should have been more attentive to where the mids were, and the mids got split early, and they should not have been split early. And I should not have split. Why they lost, I think it's frankly probably because they were split. I suspect that some of their healers were in the tower, and some of those group members were in the southwest tower instead of the west tower. So I think they were split up a little bit. We're now on to December 15th, and I think like every night it seems we have to start off with a good KM fight. So here we are pushing into KM, or porting into KM, and the mids are already inside.
They just came in, set up on the plateaus.
Now, I didn't call which plateau I was going to be on. I think Dance asked me in a second if I remember. where I am.
Which side you on?
Yeah.
I'm on the Alp side.
Tesla, come to the east.
So at this point, I got 30 seconds left of magic resists. Leadership appears to be up. Somebody pop leadership. So we have
Spread and fight,
still
guys.
now
Spread
about
and
20
fight.
seconds left to take as much damage as possible and get it done with. Should have saved that. Mid should have saved that ST for somewhere else.
I'm on a troll. Ground floor. He's on a Zephyr ride, switching to Frosty. Right in front of you, Dance. Keep rocking him. Keep rocking him.
So one of the things that I'm noticing about this, just like the prior Cam fight, is how ragged these mids appear to be running. There's just a lot of back and forth. The tanks seem to be a bit split up. I think there might be a couple tanks that are together, which is good. They also, I don't know about their numbers. I didn't really get a good gauge of it. I think they had just about as many as we did, if not maybe a little bit more. The hammer's not super big. Anyway, everybody just seems to be all over the place. The Hibs are, I don't know what's, the Hibs are just holding things very well. The Hibs have this ability to hold things like the balcony in keeps in ways that most realms don't. And it's not just because of their stuns, right? It's just because of the experience that they've got holding and dealing with those fights. It's strategery. And we appear to be able to hold KM pretty well too, especially at with no notice.
Kobe, my target now, right in the middle. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep it up.
These heals too. Oops. These heals are
Kobe now in the
remarkable.
middle.
Frosh
Kobe right in
and
the
Inkweed are
middle.
just doing an amazing job keeping the group together.
Now
and
switching to Dwarf.
Sorry, and Violin.
If you died,
Violin, Frosh,
hopefully
and
you get a
Inkweed,
release to
all
come right
three of
back.
them.
Going on the mid platform now, pulling a little bit. Now on this Norse right here. He's ranked. Now this other Norse. Dwarf now. Dwarf, push towards the entrance. Push towards the entrance. Push hard towards the entrance. Hard on him. Hard.
Circle bed below the east platform.
Yep, corner them in this. Corner them right here. Corner them here.
Hibs are just doing remarkably well. Remarkably well.
Static dropped on him in that cove.
Great job. Great job. Push all the way
It
to
was
the
a good
front door.
static.
They're starting to run. I just grappled everything by the front. Or tried to, never mind. On Coco up front. Nice job.
War.
Really good fight.
Warp on
And a
the
phenomenal
upper ramps.
bonus. Hats off to the Hibs for just, even with very little instruction for me, doing a great job. Very impressed. I figured I'd throw this in for good measure since we don't have a ton of fights involving Albs, but this is an Alb group that's camping AT, and we figure we'd knock on the door and see what's up.
They'll probably have trapped inside, so be careful going up, guys.
Heavily trapped.
Okay,
They'll
Bards.
probably have two
Vegas
sets
odds are
even.
60 or more.
Celia just went up. Looks good so far. Careful. Okay, Celia's getting everything cleared. I think we're good. Yep, go ahead, go up.
So this is something we started noticing. They're putting CTs at the base of the ladder. It doesn't prevent you from climbing up, but those CTs will smack you pretty hard if you run by them. So this is becoming a thing where they're just dropping a ton of STs, or CTs rather, inside. Ooh, that's bright. Inside the Lord room.
Alright, good. We going roof?
Yeah, go ahead.
There's several on the roof. Power tapping.
Same. Okay, go ahead. Take the tower.
I will say that Albs should probably be careful about how they use these. They're they've got an intended use. They've got a specific purpose. And if Albs start dropping, or any realm, frankly, starts dropping these to try and obstruct, you know, normal gameplay, right? Hide in them as some sort of unfair advantage where they could be tab targeted, but Albs should just be careful, because I feel like there might be a line that's drawn here with putting too many of these up in one place. And using them as some sort of way. It's very similar to me. Again, thankfully you can run through these, right? But it's a very similar thing that like we used to see with people dropping boats at the Dockmasters and obscuring the Dockmaster. Just be careful about doing things that are out of the norm, because I don't want anybody to get banned. Not suggesting they would, but it's a fear that I have that people would do something like this and Broadsword would react to it. So in any event, just food for thought. All right, here's a great fight shortly after, still at AT, involving mids.
Gate's still at 100.
Yeah, just try and keep them erupted off the front door as best you can. There's a lot of mids. A lot of mids. I don't know what the bonus looks like or what the population balance is here, but there's a lot of mids.
Okay, gate's almost down.
So the call was to hold the first floor.
It's our ST there.
So that ST did a ton for us on that initial wave, because it really slowed.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
now there's two
they're
STs down.
They're not running us over yet. Is it? All right, go up then, second floor.
We need a troll on. Like that.
Okay, PBAE set up.
Lord is clear.
Yep, holding Lord Room. Keep killing him.
Hey, trolls down on the right.
This is looking really good so far. So far.
Nice job. Okay, keep killing.
Isaac.
Isaac's doing his interrupt disease shit.
I'm power leaking up
Armoring
top.
5.
I'm power leaking.
So this is starting to go sideways a bit.
Did we push
And not just
Okay,
because
if you need
not,
to, go
not
up
just
to the
because
roof.
I'm dying.
Yeah, go roof.
Need help.
Go roof,
So,
guys. Go roof.
call
go
and-
roof, go
call
roof,
and a
go
move
roof,
to the
everybody
roof. We're holding
Hold
it
the
at
roof.
this point.
Do not give them line of sight outside. Hold the roof. PBA up top.
So again, bad spot for PBA because you're giving up your line of sight. Bad spot for PBA because you're giving up line of sight. Well, maybe. Could be better. This is definitely not good because you're way too close to the edge.
Once we get established up here and we get egged, we're going to go ahead and make a jump. Or we're going to jump. Let's just get established up here for now. Get everybody egged, buffed, do their thing.
Pretty proud of this fight and this call here in a minute. So IRC's
Oh,
back.
Alps are here, nice.
So I'm at this point, I'm like, we're most definitely leaving this roof. We're not, Yama, Tom's already there. I don't know who that is. I can't tell. We're not doing this again.
Okay,
Don't anchor off the side of the top.
they've already
Yeah.
got siege up. Okay, here we go. We're gonna jump down. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. We're gonna jump off the back to the east. We're gonna clear the second floor first, followed, and then go into the Lord Room. So we're gonna clear the outer oil, then go inside. Jump in east, second floor. 3, 2, 1. Go. Start clearing it right now.
Okay.
Good job, guys.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Now we're pushing around. We're killing everything on the second floor.
great
Make
to see
sure the
oddballs
outside
here
of the
doing-
nice. We
doing
got the
this too,
outside
though.
oil. Now start working Lord Room.
Or being
Now
able to do
start
this
working
with
Lord
oddballs.
Room.
Really great. I'm just power leaking because that's all I can do. Really. Although I'll tell you one thing that I don't have. I don't have. I'm not taking advantage of the cast reduction
I fucking love you.
or the cast time increase.
Keep
I
killing.
love you guys.
Keep killing. Keep killing. Love you all. Keep fucking killing them. All right, focus Lord. Focus Lord Room.
Much love.
Die, pixels, die.
So again, here you go where you can get on some of these, especially HT's the worst, but on AT you can get a little bit of elevation here and see it a bit better onto the balcony. You got to be very, very, very careful about giving up line of sight to these folks. Okay, Albs are trying to get line of sight off the zone wall. Get inside. Get out of line of sight from the outside. Hide inside. Kill everything that you can on the inside first. Now push first floor. First floor. Everybody first floor now. First floor now. First floor now.
We have the tower again.
Yep, push first floor. We're clearing the stairway. Now we're looking down into the cubby. Or now... A lot of mids down here. A lot of mids. Into the first floor. The main area of the first floor. Start working on it. Keep killing, keep killing. AE dot, AE disease, AE dot, everything down here. A bunch of casters on that back left side.
Tap.
And again, what would have really helped here is if I'd put up the magic damage redux, which is about a third. It's 33% reduction in damage on Mauler for the entire group for 30 seconds. And then also this, which significantly increases the amount of time it takes to cast spells. And it's pulsing too. It does require that Maulers have power. In fact, all of this really, except for this one, all of this stuff really requires that Maulers have power available to them. But you know, here, because we're getting hit so hard, it doesn't really matter.
Frosted marshmallow.
Go outside, kill IRC. Cut them off if you can, if they haven't left already. Push hard now. IRC, on them, quick. That might be Eastern Wind. No, it's IRC.
But dude, it's IRC.
And they'd sauced out, and that was it. Okay, they're gone. They're gone. Forget it. Forget them. Forget them. Come back. Nice job, Hibbs. Really nicely done. So we're moving on to the 17th. I started this recording a bit late, but essentially we're here, I believe, at Bold. We're at the front tower, which is the watchtower, and mids are outside.
You can avoid it. If you're near the keep, you might want to come away from the keep.
And here they come.
Here they come. Falcon. Norse.
Great diseases, great diseases, great ST. Like, initially that's really good, but they've got a ton. Mocking up top.
Firing.
Second floor, guys. Second floor. Hold second floor.
That's these guys.
Oh, combo.
Firing.
Target. Thanks.
This was a really good mock, and I'm not entirely sure.
Friendly
maybe,
STs, we
maybe
need
other
friendly
than
STs up here, please.
other
Get 'em
than
done.
power leaking.
Alright, next.
Yeah, they're power leaking big time.
Alright, tap.
Do what we can. Good job.
Next. Roll.
I don't know how I ended up on the stairs, but by doing that, it opened me up to line of sight for people down
Get
below.
this ST.
Oh, it was the ST.
They own the tower now, so now it's going to get hit.
Switching.
And Mock's
Okay.
down at this point, so I'm now Mockless.
Assist.
Mockless.
Boardroom.
That means the gate is shut. Clear our way down.
There's a bunch. Third floor.
Okay.
Combo. Combo.
My Mock is down. I don't have anything up.
Frosty.
Somebody root this
House
house.
on the roof.
I'm diseased, I'm sheared,
Kill this one.
I'm debuffed. I'm casting at a snail's pace here.
Third
And being
floor.
on the Eld, I don't have a ton I can do.
Combo. Oh, my
Frosty roof.
tanks. Fuck.
Only have two.
Yeah, it's only me and Derek. It's BBG. Kidding me?
Now I've just realized that I'm sheared of Dex
Just
quick,
warlock.
but
There you go.
Oh, Alves actually did push out a little bit.
Yeah, but now the gates.
Bolt Hera.
power leak, guys. Power leak up top on the roof.
Doing the best we can, buddy.
I know,
Just
I know.
Getting overwhelmed.
I know, it's a lot.
Most of us are dead.
we're down pretty much.
And that's it.
That's it.
They had a lot. They had a lot, and they did the mids did a great job dropping their STs where they should have. That's really what it comes down to. Great pushing on behalf of the mid. All right, a little bit later, we're running away from the far bold tower. Is it the spire, perhaps, or the I don't know. Anyway, that bold tower that's out to the east, north of Ren. Zoo's crew was out here, and we're now chasing them back towards Ren. I want
Oh,
Pharma.
it's a good day. Oh, it's a good day when Yama dies.
All right, everyone clear? All right, don't chase too far to the keep. All right, regather.
Ah, rescue standing out there.
We're right in the middle of them.
Look at that. Rescue.
Kill this speed
back
warp.
red.
Stop at the speed warp, please. Yep, let him come out.
Ren.
Ooh,
that's
lag
a
goes.
Lag. Yeah, that was
What
rude.
a fuck.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move back north.
Yeah, we
Everybody north. Yep, we're
See,
moving.
Put the-
Away
push
from the
your
keep.
Now,
canter
Let them
back.
push on us. Let them come. Let them come.
call to pull, and you still got all these hibs that are out here. And now you got Albs that are starting to push. And you know that this isn't it, right? Because you know that Zoo's crew is going to be on us in a heartbeat
Yeah,
here.
we're about to lose that group.
Okay, rooting them. Push in. Hit them now. Hit them now.
So, I don't like... Watch Ozzy's group over there. I don't like this spot for them at all. They can't cut across to get to us. They're up against a zone wall, which means they really only have one way of escaping, and that's back. And it doesn't take much for Zoo's group or anybody with sauce or, well, frankly, any kind of speed at all to get through this, even if there's a warp up. I don't like it, and it's just not a good spot for them to be.
Okay, rooting them. Push in. Hit them now. Hit them now.
And you can see Yama's already on them.
And left side.
Left side, right? Yama's already playing. Where was Yama just a second ago? So there's Patar. Is that Yama? Okay.
Guards, guys.
Yeah. Okay. So there's Yama.
Ooh, now we can
Got
hit that
Yama.
shit.
And by the way, immediately, quite remarkable how quickly I. Or did I lose power there?
Ooh, now we can
Got
hit that
Yama.
shit.
I lost 86 power. I was being power leaked by a Mauler. Maybe? That might have been it. Let's go back and watch one more time. Because I'm pretty sure that that's a Mauler there.
Guards, guys. Ooh, now we can
Got
hit that
Yama.
shit.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Target.
Not
Rescue.
bad. Not bad at all. I don't want to be on him.
I
Give
have
him
to
some
get
credit for that.
AoE on them. Interrupt them.
You missed,
Ticks
you
are going
missed.
crazy.
Yeah, nice.
Yama's
Got
Mauler
you,
rooted.
King.
Nice.
Yama.
Snared. Doesn't really
Diseased.
matter.
Yama's diseased. Oh, fuck, man. No
You're not
heals.
gonna kill him. You're
Yeah,
not
Arnie's line
gonna
is
kill
tight.
him.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm on that guard. I'm on that guard.
Messed again. Messed again.
Here,
Spread out. Spread
pull them
out.
down over the hill.
Yeah, get off of Yama, guys. Don't
Can't do
bother
this.
with Yama. Don't bother with Yama. Kill everything else. Don't bother with Yama.
Are we running?
We're pulling to the hill.
Might as well.
There was no call here for a pull, like a hardcore pull, and we should have been long gone by now.
Gonna have to use
Long
line of
gone.
sight. The ticks, you guys aren't interrupting them.
Rest
It's
shot
just
me.
too
Okay.
much.
Licorice,
Yep, there you
get
go.
that res? Jeez,
No,
killed my
it's okay.
group.
And Kanu?
They're gonna hit that shit. Why are you guys running?
I'm running for my life. I'm gonna die.
I got a few mids, I got a few.
Discord.
Get this scout this
I'm
time.
running for my life. I'm gonna
Okay, I'm
die.
I can't make calls right now because I'm down.
I'm on him.
I know, but everybody's running.
Where we're pulling
Alright,
works.
let's go. Everybody pull. SOS.
Pull him
Let's
back
get
to the
fuck outta here.
tower. Pull him back to the
Pull,
tower.
pull. Hard pull.
Good sauce.
Sorry, odds. We'll fix it.
Okay.
Wow.
So I think it's a good lesson, right? Placement's important even when you're up against a keep, because Alps will push, Zeus group will push, and to make hard calls. And Jen was down; she couldn't make a call, so I don't blame her. But you got to make really hard calls, or make them really loud and obnoxious, or at least say, "I'm down. I can't make them." Jedi, you call the fight. Like if I'm leading, and if I can't see what's happening, the guy I'm going to is this gentleman right here. Dance, aka Not a Witch. He's the one my designated fight caller. If I can't call the fight, if I'm leading and I can't call it, Dance is the one to get it. Dance is the one to get it. I need more coffee. All right, let's see what else happened on the 17th. Okay, so there's a really good fight here at Bold. Not long after that last one at Ren, at the north side of Ren. It's really long. There's not a ton of commentary I can give, other than like you hearing me call fights and calling what we're doing in my group. So I'm gonna let this one play out in its entirety, and we'll add commentary to the next one after that.
Anybody want some RPS?
Okay, I'm up on the second level east side, southeast side.
They're putting up a tent,
Oh, nice. Keep him out if you can.
and they are getting on the tower gate.
Seeing out there, so watch it.
Do we have someone that's willing to make calls? If you don't mind,
Dance,
please, 'cause
if
I'm
you're in a
back at
position
CT.
to. If not, I can.
Yeah, go for it, Teddy.
Okay. Do not push out. Do not push out.
Yeah, IRC's in the southwest, just outside.
The keep gate's at 30. 17. We're not. I can't do a. I can't arc around to get them in time. They're already inside the tower. There's no point. Just hold here for now. Just wait.
Okay, where we at?
We're at Bold. You got to port back now, because they're. Oh, they just took it.
Not port.
Oh, you can't port. Okay.
Spam is 40 on the tower.
Zoo's rooted out front, but I am not willing to push out and get him. Just wait. Hold on. Let's see what they do.
I see him. Yeah, they're staying back. Smart. Eventually they have to get to the door though, so. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna try something here. Set your recalls. Make sure recalls are set here first before we do this, okay?
Oh yeah.
Everybody set your recalls.
To Dark LD.
No idea. Didn't hear anything.
Just gonna spam a 46 here.
Nice.
Yes, ILD.
Okay.
For a boat I didn't get, I guess.
So 46. That I presume that means that not everybody is out front. Some of them are behind the tower.
Where do you want to hit or fight from?
Well, so there's no point. I was gonna jump off the east and arc around, but I don't know exactly where that 46 is coming from. Doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I'd almost rather let them punch a hole in the front door, or punch a hole in the front wall if they go that route, and then just funnel them to death. Like that'd be my preferred method. Yeah, let them. Let them. Just let them.
I'm putting some traps as well.
I'm gonna kick the crap out of them once they come in through the hole.
Out front.
I'm betting some casters on the wall.
Thank you.
All right, Dance, I'm with you.
Okay.
Alright, decent.
I'm at these.
More risky.
No worries, I'm on a boat already. We'll just meet at the driftwood.
I mean, they're
Catch
totally ineffective at this range. There's only a couple people that can hit us, so
My apologies, guys. I forgot that we'd lost one of the healers, and me leading on the druid.
You're
Nah,
fine.
it isn't a good idea.
you're fine, Jen. No worries at all.
No, she wasn't fun.
Oh my god.
You're obviously weren't in her group.
I forgot.
Anybody watching the wall?
Yeah, 42.
I see.
It's like watching
oh,
paint dry.
Oh, those are hibs.
It's like somebody poking in your eye over.
Oh. Bunch of hibs running from the west inside, and there's Alps chasing.
Where are we
them.
getting blood?
The west inside? Alright. Oh, that's where most.
It's
That's where the rest
IRC
of the
is
owls are.
chasing a group of hibs.
Outpost.
That's fine.
We're going back to
So,
Outpost.
so listen. Here's the deal, guys. Here's the plan. The hole's gonna drop. Okay. I need PBA ears set up. I need at least one group of PBA ears to set up first floor west side in this tower. Okay. So on the outer oil, not west side. Sorry. The east side of the outer oil, first floor, right
First
inside.
floor, that little archway.
Yeah, the little, maybe just out of line of sight, but back in that archway.
Well,
And
the gate's at 2, so
yeah, go ahead, go. Everybody else is gonna be focused up top. Everybody else is
Okay.
focused up top.
We're on the first floor. Then.
You might wanna pull a little bit further in. I'm
they
expecting
coming?
they're gonna run in.
Are they on the door?
No.
They're
They're
coming in the
trebbing.
hole here.
Oh, they're trebbing. Oh, yeah. Got it. Not surprised.
I need more PBAers on the other side, please. And I need a ton, like 80 rooters and anything you can get in terms of CC up top, casting down, please. And get out of line of sight. You're getting. There's no reason to get these pets drawn on you. Just stay out of line of sight. Let them come in. Let them come in. Here we go. They're
thinking
starting.
about it.
They are.
Just
Let's go,
Just
guys.
set that
Sun nuke
trap,
nuke.
too.
Let's go.
Yes, I think it's west. Closer
Here
in
comes
camp.
rescue.
Let's go.
Pushing in.
CC this, folks. CC it. Come on. Okay, they're going to start coming up top. They're already up top. This is why I wanted CC inside. I know you guys were doing your best you could over there. All right. Hold second floor. Hold second floor. If you're still up, I want you east side second floor looking into that cubby.
Do you want us to hold the hole or pull up?
IRC's up top. I'm gonna need big heals.
Apparently mid-Zerg is incoming.
Okay, pull into the inner. Pull into the inner. Go inner now.
At least that's what Creeper's group said.
Go inner now. You can fight from the back wall if you want to. But IRC has got that front corner locked down, as does the rest of the LPGs in that.
Apparently, mid-Zerg is incoming.
Yep.
Yeah, they just said that.
Let the Alps be the sandwich. Let the Alps be the sandwich here.
Mid-surge's coming, guys. Watch it.
Let me go
Oh my
recall.
God, Jedi.
Hey, by the way,
Mids are coming.
Okay, are the mids starting to wipe the Alps outside? I'm feeling a lot of lag here. Okay, listen, everybody, I need you at the inner, please. Or sorry, outer oil. Look in the east side of the outer oil. We're about to push up this tower. Let's go. Everybody here with me. Red Lurie, right here by the port stone. Come on, let's go. Get ready. Here we go. Ready? Everybody here, come on, let's go. Don't hesitate. 3, 2, 1, we're going up. Let's go, now. Everybody up top. Kill what's up here.
It's kind of cleared out.
Oh, all right.
You're out of here.
Good job, guys.
yeah, they're on the east corner. By the way,
Let if the mids are ink, let them start pushing on this first, and then we'll clean up.
Outside.
Yep, I'm looking east. I'm second level looking at east.
West posture.
there's a ton of them.
It was. Yes, let me check again in a moment.
I'm incoming. I'm swimming over now.
Okay, the
Oh,
mids
look at
are
the mids.
southeast now. Mids are
Ton of
all
them.
east side.
Side to the,
East side.
Wow, look
Yeah.
at all these targets.
They're gonna rush
Okay,
the
yeah,
hole. They're
target
gonna rush the
rich.
hole in a second.
They're gonna focus on the Alps first, I
Yeah,
think.
west is clear.
Trouble.
This is
Troll.
a target-rich environment.
Diaphragm. Legan. Legan's down.
Nice job. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. Albs are killing a whole bunch too.
Jumping down.
Yep.
Looking at this northeast corner.
Don't forget to recall.
Or east, northeast side. Legan
Okay,
again.
guys, everybody behind the mid-Zerg, go north a little bit and jump down. Get behind them. Everybody outside, jump north. We can always go back around into the post. Let's go. Everybody jump out into the east. Let's go.
They are rushing the front door.
Yep, I'm behind them. I'm the
They're
only
not
one
gonna
down
see
here.
you
I'm the only one down here.
Coming.
Let's go kill this troll. Troll first. Troll first. They're not
I'm on this
focusing. Troll
I'm on the
first.
troll.
Okay, dwarf now.
Dwarf now.
Hit on you, Sauron. I got the fuck.
Now their turn. Fuck, turn.
Okay.
Recall back. Nobody jumped. You guys have got to listen if we're going to win these fights. You got to listen.
Moving at
There's only
5,000
a
miles
5
an
in
hour.
this
Teddy.
group, so
I know. That's the
I
whole
know,
idea.
Well,
I'm kind
sometimes
of
we need
regretting
to.
it. Kind of regretting it now.
Regret, that's how we learn.
Okay, go ahead and recall.
No, I'm getting rolled over. That's the problem. But I can recall.
Okay.
So.
I'm at the Lord.
Okay,
Same.
mids are running against the keep towards the
Yeah, they're
north
running around
side.
the back.
Jedi, did you recall yet?
Drop, talk, and roll, buddy. No, I haven't.
Okay, we're gonna have to hold the
Yep.
front door. If you're back up, I need you over by the that's southeast. Oh, the hole's closed. Fantastic. Keep repairing it.
Wow. That was quick.
All right, where did our mids go?
Called.
Oh, they're out there.
They're west side.
They're running around the keep from the east
Let
to the
them
west.
do the move.
They
I
are
saw a lot of
west-
them run northeast.
west.
Just
Yeah,
so you
right.
know, there are a lot of mid stealthers on this west wall.
They're west.
Yeah,
One
I'm
try
on the
to
south
PA my
side.
face.
There's still a ton of mids on the east side, hugging the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Hibs to the
I got Panzer.
yeah, Hibs to the west.
Sauron, go get your.
Front gate is at 40.
Okay.
Go B.
recall.
Go B.
I'm going where Dance is.
Front gate is at 35.
Okay, front gate's about down.
Okay, no problem.
Setting up at the gate, guys.
Yeah,
Mids
yep, setting up at the
basically
gate.
took that tower.
PBA ears on either side. They're gonna come in into the left, guys. In into the
I'm
left.
to the left side.
Yep.
I
Oh,
will.
they finished them off.
They're gonna come in into the left.
I got 12-3 ready for them.
Okay, gate's at 15.
Sorry, they're gonna go in into the right. I apologize. They're gonna go in into the right. So watch right side.
Moving right side then.
Yeah, they're gonna come in into the right. That's what they always do.
They are
Or
fighting
traps. It'd be
at
nice
the-
to have more traps.
they are getting pulled
Nobody's
back on
listening.
the
Everybody's
east.
talking.
Try to kill some actually on the front.
Move to the
Yeah,
courtyard,
better.
guys.
Dance, I'm gonna come down and BG you and just power leak.
Great. Gate's at 7.
You feel used?
Me?
No dance.
I'd love to be power leaked.
Yeah.
I don't know, but can we all have some of that?
Alright,
It's our
power
west.
of the league.
At the east,
Both.
At the east.
Here we go.
All right, a lot of them are to the east side, so the left
Swift,
side.
it's on him.
I got the east with Ted if you can hold the push.
Swift is on him. It's 12-3. Stay in heal range.
Guys, don't push. Don't push. Don't push. Don't push. Don't push. Stay. Wait for them. Be patient. Wait for them to come in. Here they come. Here they come. Here they come.
Put it down. Somebody else will have to do it.
I'm holding the heal, so hold the push. Hold.
rebuilding the tower.
Be a win. They're dying. Keep a win.
Rotating around on this Kobe.
Somebody take some damage.
Careful, IRC is
We
up.
have
East.
some that got, and they're trying to push.
Okay, go to the door. Don't go any further than the door. Careful.
They're in the upper east side.
IRC's inside the keep?
No,
No.
they're east.
Oh, they're
outside,
east. Okay, copy.
And they're fighting mids.
Kids are dying because of it. If you want to push now,
Yeah, go ahead. Push. Push, 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 push. Push out. Out and to the
Moving
left.
down,
Out and to the
pushing
left.
east.
Sky train. Okay. Pushing east.
Mids are, backs are turned, running.
Oh, God. There's a ton here.
Got it.
All right, I'm the
together.
distraction.
Nice push.
Just keep between the out and the mid though,
Yep. Yep. Sandwich them in.
or keep them
Control.
in the middle. Sorry.
They're almost dead.
Alp's
Pushing
is on this.
Frosty on the
Bridge.
left side is running.
Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Come back. Come back. That's it. Kill that
Troll.
troll if you want to, but that's the last one.
Be mindful. That
All right, last fight on the night of the 17th, and Rescue is hitting DDB because Rescue, I think we all know that that's kind of a go-to for Rescue for whatever reason. It's I think his favorite hip keep to take, maybe other than Crim now, but anyway. DDB, Albs are outside, and we've got at least a few groups, I think, left in the BG, and we're pushing on them. My group left. My group left. Now, I just want to flip back real quick. I want you to notice something. Just really
group
briefly
left.
here.
My group left.
Nobody is looking this way. Just watch their heads. I suppose that they could be panning, but it doesn't appear that until they start getting hit. So one wizard pre-rank 5s. Okay, well, is that the rank 5? Whatever that is. I think it is. Yeah, one wizard pre-rank 5s, and then they, I think maybe that guy noticed, or maybe he just blew it because he was sitting there. Maybe he did. I don't know what happened. Maybe he did. Maybe somebody was on him. You guys need to hit to the right side. That looks like a mauler to me. Anyway, most of these albs are. Some of them still don't know what's going on at all. They need to keep their head on a swivel. And you got a great hip flank group over here that was out by the tower before. That was pretty good. Not gonna lie. And Rescue's back on his Friar. I mean, like, dude, very nice. We like seeing that. It's nice to see him back on the Friar. The OG Rescue. Push. Highlander, my target. Okay, pushing hard, pushing hard, pushing hard. So there's some, I see this quite frequently where you've got Ice Wizards in the ALP-BG that when they panic, they just start PBAing. And frankly, the Ice Wizards have got like a ton of great utility, including disease. And the fastest way to be able to get, I mean, it's only a 15% snare, right? But the fastest way to be able to pull away from, a Zerg
even if it's a 15% snare plus a speed warp, it means sometimes it's like make or break in terms of getting out alive. It's, if you're an Ice Wizard, just don't panic in PvE. Like, think about the tools that you've got to your that you can dump, and then use them. Not a criticism of Kisahheat at all. It's just I see this a lot with Ice Wizards. I see this a lot with casters in general that are only used to firing like the PvAE spell. And there's just that single target DD even on an Ice Wiz is pretty powerful. All right, that's it for the night of the 17th. Let's move on to the next one. Last night of the week, which is the 18th. It's Friday because I don't stream Saturdays. Anyway, we are on Sur's. Is this Spire? I'm terrible with tower names, but anyway, we're on that outer tower at Sur's, which is just west of Bold, and we're on the door. I skipped a lot of like the procedural stuff just in terms of arriving and getting on the door. We do have a champ, so we have champ buff. It's a purple tower. We're trying to get a ram down, but I just wanted to show this because this is like for me extremely embarrassing what happened, and I think it drives home the point of needing it to make sure that your head is on a swivel, that you're panning even when you're sitting at a tower. Somebody needs to be watching your back. And then you need to be prepared for something to hit you, because things can go sideways pretty quickly, and you could be left unprepared to deal with it.
Good player?
So I'm just going to skip ahead real quick. I'm just hoping that the one out, or sorry, oh, that's Faya.
I have a bar.
This? No. That's true, they are. Okay, so here it is. So we get the call for ink.
Behind us to the south.
Oh, okay. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's Thud, which is usually a 10 or a 12 man. We have 2 groups here, and everybody's just like going in different directions, right? This is really bad, and I don't really have any commentary on it other than to say I'm kind of ashamed. But I guess this is how we were going to start our night. Okay, yeah, push out on him.
Okay.
And why I went straight for melee, I also do not understand. That was that was just bad.
Okay.
Yeah, this Frosty.
I need help here.
I'm Zephyr.
They're on me before.
I got their heels locked down.
I got a healer behind the tree here.
Ken, where you at?
Okay, are you on him?
Yeah, I'm on him, Frosty.
Just keep the rest up.
I'm on I form. I'm coming back on him. Okay, you should be good.
I got one.
BG, you're BG'd. You're BG'd. Inqui, stop moving your BG'd. Wasn't hearing me for some reason, I think.
Yep, we weren't panning and paying attention like we should be. It's okay.
Here's your BG, Teddy.
Okay, I'm on this Norse. Not that it matters. I'm just going to get completely wrecked here in a sec. Not great. Okay. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, I'm going to breeze through this. This is the next fight, if you will. We joined Hero. This is the first night of the obelisk, the first full day of the protection obelisk being up. And I'd had a conversation with Hero the night before this run. Actually, it wasn't the night before. It was just a few hours before. It was right in between his EU and US primetime run on Friday. And I walked him through what I thought he should do to deal with the protection obelisk being up. The first thing I said was, you need all of your casters no longer, stop thinking that you're going to do a significant amount of damage to people on the roof unless you've got a good assist train up. Instead, just keep them busy. Just interrupt them. Spam Amnesia, spam Mez, spam Nearsight. Just keep them busy. Keep them occupied. If you're doing that, that means your tanks are more likely to get on the ram and to have less issues running that ram and being on the door. The second thing is, if you want to, beat down the inner, which you can see he's done. Beat down the inner, because then you can siege it. And you can probably get some kills that way too, because remember, so the Lord Room is like here, right? This is going to be like a terrible three-dimensional drawing, right? But you've got the stairway that comes down, and then the balcony, right? It's actually a little bit lower than that. It's like the Lord Room's up here, the stairway comes down, and then there we go, right? So you have the protection obelisk up here at like the top of the stairs and a little bit down on the first few steps. But once you come down here, or you're anywhere along the first floor or the balcony, you don't get the protection buff. So you could siege into the inner if it's broken and get some kills. The first thing you do once you're inside the protection, or once you're inside the inner, is you clear out the balcony first. Always, first and foremost, make sure you clear out the balcony, that the balcony is dead, and that you've got folks that are holding people in the Lord Room. Then you send whatever else you've got down to kill the obelisk, and then you go take everything. In that order, and in that order only. Unless there's no defenders, and then who cares about the protection obelisk because you outnumber them. Hero was having a difficult time with this, so I just, I gave him some tips. Anyway, he's here, he's working on this, and we're joining him. And I'm going to breeze through this a little bit. I'm going to skip through. So, I'm being miserable, right? I'm rooting people up top. I'm trying to suck power away from them.
Yeah, sorry,
right?
our group,
like
disintegrated within 2 minutes. It was weird.
But you can see here that I'm doing 281 damage. But am I really doing 281? No, because the barrier's absorbing 286 of it. So I'm not actually doing damage. By the way, if you see this, it doesn't mean that people are getting healed. It just means that you're not doing any damage. Boy, do they have that buff up. I can't hit. I was 281 minus 245. A barrier absorbs 286 of your damage. You can't kill him. So what do you do? Just be a pain in the ass. I'm going to skip through this because this is not an interesting fight at all. Heroes outside chasing Thud. Whatever. They kill Thud. They come back in. Alright, so. Heroes now beating down the inner. Good. That's smart. When you beat down a structure, you want all of your tanks to be on the same spot. Not because the damage doesn't get spread out amongst the whole inner, but because if you're going to use champ buffs or scald buffs or mini buffs, you need to be on one single point so all of the tanks are taking advantage of that buff, of that siege buff to do damage. Because yes, the siege, if you didn't know, the siege buff does in fact enhance damage on the inner. Or on a structure, tower, keep, whatever. So the problem here is that Hero leaves, and I eventually find out he came to the right side because he's got more tanks on the right side beating down the door. Gotta be more coordinated than that. It's really important that you put all of your tanks in one spot. So I'm just bouncing back and forth to wherever the buff is really at this point. So here's what it looks like going in. And again, this was very early on with the obelisk situation. Like very early on. So the hit points and how hard it is to kill has changed.
Yeah, you can tab target the thing.
It's open.
Okay, we're on the obelisk. Still doing a lot of damage to it.
Remember, I'm the only healer.
618,
We're
9.
doing good damage to it.
963, 645 crit.
Got guards on the healers.
Bring him in to the obelisk. Just come inside. I know that sounds dangerous, but there's a ton of PBAE here. Drag him into whoever's casting. This is exactly how hard it should be. They did really well with this. And you guys on stream, I don't know if it went back to this, but it's changed. It's gone up in difficulty, then down in difficulty. Broadsword's still working on it.
If you were defending the balcony, that would be death
It would
right there.
it would be a yeah. It'd be so anyway, that's that. Let's go on to the next fight. So we played with Hero for a while, just helping him out. He was outnumbered, and with us, it was about even. but his BG alone was outnumbered. We're at MMG here. Hero has told me that he is going to go up the banana and around because mids are at the tower. And I've told him that my groups are, this RBG, our smaller BG, is going to be on the south side of the mile gate and is going to hold here and then push through. Oop, that's a terrible arrow. That's also a terrible arrow. That's also bad. Pushing through the mile gate. When you hold a mile gate like this, the last thing you want to do is be in clip range. These guys, these Hibs, are in clip range. Why? Because it lets everybody who's up on the mile gate know, and the BG, therefore the BG know, that there are Hibs that are on the other side of the mile gate. You want to surprise them. You want to come through that mile gate door. I can't draw tonight to save myself. You want to drag them through that door, or drive into the door, through the door, with them not knowing that you're coming. So you'll hear me yell at some folks, and then we push. Gotta stick with me. Gotta stick with me here. We're moving still. You're in line of sight. They see you. They know what we're up to here. Come on, pull down, pull down.
They already saw.
Yep, I know. I know. Stay with. Okay, push on him now. Push on him now. So Hero is now committed. Go right through. Go right through. Take these warps down. Hit this backside.
Yep, I'm on the warp.
So what's the first thing we want to do? Look at the size of the BG that's extended out this way. The first thing I want to do is I want to get my group to go around to hug this mile gate and to get on the other side of the tower. Because if Hero's doing his job in the banana, it means that folks are looking this way. And if we can get behind them, it means that we can not only kill folks from the back instead of the side, which is ideal, because it forces people to turn and give their back to the other fight, but more importantly, it prevents them from running straight into the door and getting back in the tower, which they're holding at the moment.
Pushing hard left.
Yep, go towards the tower, guys. My team towards the tower a little bit. Angle yourself, arc towards the tower, then hit. Prevent him from going in. I'm on a Norse. Switching to this other Norse that's up top. There's one that's on the mile gate that's interrupting. Okay, I'm ignoring him. On this Kobe.
In range.
Switching to this Norse on the right by the bones.
Swift is
There.
on him.
So at this point, Hero's wiped. Keep pushing. And the mids are pushing up. This is a sign that I need to pull. I didn't really get it at the time. In hindsight, I definitely do. But the mids are now moving up the banana, which means Hero's wiped. Why did he wipe? Well, Hero doesn't fight open field super well to begin with. But the bigger issue is that he was in a funnel. And that makes it 10 times more difficult because that entire BG has to push-pull the entire fight. And they have to understand how to play with line of sight. There's a ridge there, and there's a couple of objects there that make it a lot of fun to fight in that banana. But you need to have some experience with big fights in that banana, and Hero's Zerg just doesn't. So, long story short, they die, we're here, we're still killing, right? And we're making RPs, but at this point, it's inevitable that they're going to turn and pull back on us. Also, I just want to skip back a little bit, because Hero's still up. But if I go back just a smidge, I think you'll find that many of the Hibs... So you can see that there are some Hibs down here, but they're like way down beyond this ridge line. What you got it? How many times have I said I'm choking up over the idea of talking about chokes? A choke point is not a choke point if you don't allow people to get choked. It's that simple. And if you're fighting in this, you need to be up this way and drawing people in. Because if you're already coming down here, first off, you've left half your BG up this banana, and by doing so, you completely split yourself off from them. Also, it's really easy for people, this entire mid-BG, to swing around and to get, like, you know, all of this stuff, depending on what angle they want to, where they are on this ridgeline, where they are by the bones, right, or this little decorative piece here, the skull thing. It's not a good place for them to be. Anyway, here we are. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Push on this. Frosty, left side by the front door of the tower.
Pushing out from the tower.
Yep, that's fine. Just stay north of the tower if you can, or south of the tower if you can. Just try and fight by the bones. I think he's wiping.
Guys, they're hitting us.
Okay, pull through the mile gate. Pull through the mile gate. We got a warp down. Go ahead, sauce us out.
Okay. Moving south. Moving south.
We're
Pull,
pulling
pull.
through the mile gate right now.
Everyone's not with us now.
Moving.
I was Zephyr.
Okay, hold here.
Just do your best.
Now, I should not have paused. I should have thought about this because the Hibs are dying in the banana, which means the mids are probably going to be coming down that way. Turn and kill what you can. Is there anything to kill? I shouldn't have held here. Anything that pushes through this mile gate, I'm just keeping an eye on the... Now you got the Hibs starting to come down the banana because they're dying.
Right hand side.
Where you at, Dark?
Those are Hibs. They're Hibs.
Banana.
Okay, he's in full pull. Go, pull now. Pull south. Pull south. Pull south.
Everybody move now.
Let's go
And
south.
what do we have here but Zoo Crew? One thing after another in this fight.
Zoo's crew's on the left. Go south and then arc around him to the left. Go due south. Get a wide turn. Yep, I'm hitting him.
And blew the only power I had left because I wasn't thinking about it clearly. They've sauced
Push on him
now.
hard. Get a warp down if you can ahead.
And now the mids are behind.
Yeah, mids are behind. Just kill these guys. Focus on.
So I called the wrong pull here, or the wrong. Yeah, the wrong pull, I guess. It's all very embarrassing. We should have gone straight, but
Go towards docks if you can.
I don't understand why I was thinking about.
He wiped.
Melted. Wow.
I had this idea that we were gonna go to we were gonna end up at we were gonna like go around, or we were gonna get to the boats or something.
Keep going towards.
It's only
last
me
call was keep going towards the
and
docks.
that other lurry
Keep
here.
going towards the docks.
And what am I doing but running myself face first into Zoo?
Shit, IRC's turning on us now.
Bad idea.
That was bad.
Well, they'll be running once we drag the whole
I get a mess on them.
This one deserves call Lizzie.
Oh no. Heroes going save.
Okay, yep, do the same thing.
And that's it, at least for that fight.
All right, next fight of the evening, we are heading to AMG. Mids have taken Alp Tower, and they are now holding outside. And you can see how badly everybody's spread out here.
They'll chop the shit out of this.
No, we're not the first ones through. Okay, pull through and go to the...
So here was my first moment where I realized that this was going to be bad. I didn't think, I don't know why, didn't think the mids were going to be over here. So you'll see how I kind of react to this. And look at my face, right? Like look at the reaction. That's not a good moment.
Pull through, go to the left. Go to the left. Closer to the top. Pull through, go to the left. Get up on the wall. Get up on the wall and fight. Get up on the wall and fight. If we want to drop warps, we can, but...
We gotta do something quick because...
Yeah, kill what you can from this wall. I'm on Panzer here. Norse now. Norse my target downstairs. Okay, go ahead, jump north side, jump north side.
Jump north side.
Yeah, jump north side and kill everything that comes through. Use this as a funnel. Here's the dwarf. We got warps up. We can...
It's too late. I mean, there's no Hibs that are actively defending it at this point. There's just a couple of Hibs that are on it. I mean, you could just look, just based on looking at this, right? You just have a couple of Hibs here that are maybe this guy, if he's even effective at this point. Myself. There's really not much left here to defend. There's one down here, two on the other side.
Pull.
That's actually that he's healing anyway.
Pull hard, he melted again.
Okay, pulling hard, pulling hard, pulling hard.
Right, everybody start moving north.
Tilted again.
Towards the Y.
Cause he rushed
Kill this
them.
troll that's overextended. Zerker. Okay, now continuing to pull. Need another warp down, please, closer to the Y.
Need to move quick.
I'm getting smacked by... Is that a scout? No.
In full retreat.
I'm gonna need a... I'm caught. I'm caught.
Sauce. Ride the sauce in this group.
I'm not. I didn't
Don't
get the
do
sauce.
anything.
Just
We're
go.
going to
Just
sauce.
just go, guys.
We're
Just
going
go.
CK.
KM.
Yeah, KM. Yep. Run to KM. If you die, just release.
Pixels there. No big deal.
It's.
I'm like,
it's
good.
the
Legan didn't
one.
get the death blow.
First
Nice
call,
little
got it.
fight
here at
AE,
HT.
yeah, AE,
Against the
AE
mids.
disease. Yeah, that's fine. But and we'll pull up if we have to.
Pull up.
Just wait.
Come on, bro.
Just be patient. Don't give him line of sight. Why are you doing that, hero? No.
He's looking to see what we got.
Oh, turn the spell effects off.
That's a good point. There's already an ST in here. Stormlords need to move that out, unless that's friendly. Okay, here we go. There's a push up top already. Okay,
Oh, left
keep
him
holding
up
him,
here.
keep holding him, keep holding him. We're holding him, keep holding him first floor. There's troll in the back. Troll in the back needs to die. Legan needs to die. Legan got up. Okay, keep
Norris
killing.
on
Keep
the
killing
oil
first
level?
floor. Come on, Lozer.
Ambassador standing.
Stop that one on the oil level. Trixie, Trixie.
Okay, pull up, pull up, pull up. Go second floor. Second floor, hold it. Get ready.
First again. Good move.
So at this point, I don't understand why there's rangers and bards on this. If you
Ooh,
really don't have
server
anything
lag.
to
Bad
add.
server
lag. Oh my god.
The Norse in the back of the tower caused some trouble on the second floor.
Some tanks did make it through to the balcony.
Yep, here comes
Hey.
a small push.
Holy fuck, what the hell did you?
Guys, got the balcony clear.
You guys are taking too much damage.
We're fighting. We're still fighting stairway here. Fight stairway.
Hero is rushing.
Okay, guys, my group's out front. My group's over to the oil. Let's jump to the south. Go ahead, jump to the south. 3, 2, 1. Everybody jumping south. Cat's friend, my target first. Okay, kill these healers. They're pushing in. Kill these healers. Norris out front.
Engage on the roof now.
So at this point, you can see all the mids pulling out and like trying to run, or at least trying to get out of the tower because Hero's pushing down. Legan jumped out because I think Legan came from outside, came from up top. I'm pretty sure he did that because he knew that we were jumping outside too. Now Kobe out front, Savage,
We got the big
and
Jumped in.
he's just looking. He's just trying to keep an eye on stuff here.
A lot of them are piled up right side, north side.
Hero's owning him. Kill this troll. South side of the tower right now.
Have our backs turned to us right now. To the north.
Okay, Kobe, my target up front. Switching targets to a dwarf in the Santa hat.
Not the Santa hat.
Kobe, south side of the tower. That would be west side, Ramic, but okay. Panzer. Sure. I guess he's technically on the south side, looking west.
Showing him.
Vorix, my target out front of the tower.
Face
Space shifted.
He's, Emon.
What? Push.
Pushing towards the mile gate. Guys, go through.
Outside,
Listen.
there are mids.
Through. Okay, don't worry about it. Push through the mile gate, through the door, please. Through the door. Tanks, take these warps out as you go, please.
There's an elf group north side of the mount gate. They're turning, but
That's Zeus Fryer right there.
Looks pretty clear.
Okay, wait for the bonus. Wait for the bonus. Pretty good fight. All right, one more from this evening coming up. All right, last fight here at the Y.
Midzer, get out of here.
Turn. Go AT.
Shit, oh shit.
So we immediately lose a
Okay,
few
Tossing from my group.
who
They
weren't
have the
completely stuck
yeah,
on
the
me.
owl warps too.
No, the
Okay, yep. Just go ahead and port back if you have to.
We could use a mission.
Okay, I'll make you lead.
release them for 18.
I don't know why I pulled that
pushing
far
on him now.
back.
I still
Whoever's
don't
left
know.
with me, right side. Whoever's left with me, right side here.
Got you.
Look at these hibs not pushing. These hibs are not pushing. Look at this BG.
Probably got met.
So you got like a tank group here, a tank group here. A lot of these casters are the mid casters are not being super effective because they're just below the ridge line. There's also something to like note about the hibs not being able to hit them super well. That's why I wanted to get up on this ridge line and hit them, or get up on the zone wall rather and hit them, is because you need some elevation here. If you're just on the ground here or on the other side of this ridge line, you're kind of avoiding the fight and you're not really able to get in it. Also, the tank groups are going after everything that's in like, you know, that tunnel vision, and we are a little safer up here. Dwarf my target right up
I'm
front.
hitting right side, Mez.
Hey, weed actually.
Do I? Oh my god, I give up. Don't have a resto pot on my bar. I give up.
A lot of
I'm
green
interrupting
spam.
right.
A lot of green.
At this point, I'm at kind
Right
of out
side,
of the
guys.
They're
fight.
starting to turn.
Right side.
Bad dwarf. Bad dwarf.
Any more interrupts in the middle.
Okay.
More interrupts in the middle.
Just trying to get power at this point.
Yep.
Okay.
There's just really not a ton of
I'm
hibs that
up
are
on
taking
hill
damage as
by
far as
me.
I could
You
tell.
just walked past me.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck's sake.
You're
Can't
welcome,
land.
Tap.
Can't land a rear stun.
You're awesome. I know I'm alive. I can't
Still
believe
can't
it.
land one.
Yeah, it took
There we go,
both my
finally.
instants to get you.
I turned
Oh,
into-
you did not.
If I
turned
die,
into a mushroom and that damn dwarf
Swear
would
to
not go
God.
away.
Well done, Mez.
this
I'm
lag
getting
is
revenge,
just
though.
absolutely nuts.
Gotcha.
And that's pretty much it. I was experiencing some lag. Some of it was server lag, but a lot of it was local. It's because I had the incorrect settings on my graphics card. That's all been fixed. Thankfully, things are running a lot smoother. I hope you enjoyed this week in review. Again, thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. If you haven't yet, download the podcast, DAOC State of the Game. It's available in all of their major podcast stores or directories. Any app that you use, TuneIn, Pandora, Apple, Google, Stitcher, you name it, it's available. Let's get those download rates up, and if you can, please give us a good rating on whatever store you're on. It definitely helps us appear in more of the directories. The next weekend review will be up here, hopefully on Sunday the 27th. Although Christmas might push it a little bit further back. It's a short week because I'm not on. And to those who are celebrating the holidays, happy holidays to you. And thank you so much for being a part of this community. Until next time, be safe, wear a mask. We'll see you out there.